Welcome to Wander Mode, a podcast that wanders through topics such as entrepreneurship, traveling, and mamahood. As a teacher turned entrepreneur and a mama to one, I am sharing my tips and tricks to maintain harmony in a multifaceted life. Let's wander. Welcome to another episode of Wander Mode. I am your host, Julie Thomas, and today we are diving into the topic of aging. In full transparency, totally focusing on this because I celebrated my 40th birthday this year. This milestone birthday comes with a roller coaster of emotions, much like most birthdays do for most people. But I believe, however, that birthdays really can serve as a time for reflection. Birthdays can be reminders to embrace personal growth, and birthdays can even encourage us to kind of own this newfound wisdom that accompanies another year lived. So let's start this episode by exploring one of the more conspicuous signs of aging: wrinkles, and maybe other not so subtle changes in our physical appearance. As I navigate the milestone of turning 40, it is undeniable that wrinkles and age spots have become more apparent, along with a noticeable increase in dermatology appointments for skin cancer checks. But if I do say so myself, I have actually come to accept this phase of life pretty well. I am learning this year that loving myself is a transformative journey, and it's about recognizing when I am slipping into those negative thoughts and bringing myself back constantly to the intrinsic worth that lies within me. When I truly love and accept myself, it begins to transcend all of the superficial constraints of anything having to do with my physical appearance, like those silly wrinkles. So to get to this point, I am working really hard on focusing on the genuine pursuit of becoming the best version of myself that I can be, rather than conforming to society's standards of perfection. For example, rather than focusing on how toned my arms are, let's just say, I ask myself instead, are my arms able to do what I need them to do? Yes, I can pick up my daughter when I want to. Yes, I can help her test her limits by supporting her when she climbs high. Yes, I can manage some of the tough work at our properties. To be honest, the notion of looking perpetually youthful has never really held much allure for me. Despite being an art form skillfully mastered by many, makeup has never been my avenue to feeling more put together or confident. But I still genuinely admire those who can expertly apply makeup. I get caught up all the time watching those people on social media apply their makeup skillfully while they're sharing on some random topic. The fact that they can transform their appearance with such precision, given that they are chatting away, is unbelievable to me. However, I've discovered that the layers of foundation and the strokes of mascara really do not contribute to my overall happiness or my self-assurance. Instead, sometimes it feels like I'm putting on this mask or like I'm obscuring the essence of who I am. And so I forgo it except for a rare occasion. For some of you, this pursuit of the best you might involve makeup. It might involve Botox. It might involve other aesthetic enhancements, and that's perfectly valid. If that is you, go for it, girlfriend. As long as it makes you feel like you are your best version. Let me say that again. Go for it as long as it makes you feel like you are your best version. With the constant pressure that is placed on women to meet societal beauty standards, the pursuit of appearing younger often feels like an endless tunnel without light at the end, And this is why it is crucial to evaluate the motivations behind the choices we make, especially when it comes to our aging appearance. Are our choices driven by a genuine desire for self-improvement and empowerment, or are they rooted in societal pressures and unrealistic beauty standards? Mark Twain wisely noted, wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Is that how we see wrinkles? It's how I'm trying to see wrinkles now. If we collectively changed our mindset, our wrinkles could serve as daily visual reminders of these beautiful lives that are being lived. I think of the Barbie movie, that part when Barbie is sitting on the bench at the bus stop and she turns to that elderly woman and comments, "You are beautiful." And the elderly woman responds with a, "I know it." That part of the movie stopped me in my tracks. Would that have been my response to somebody telling me that? Would that have been your response? If not, I want you to evaluate why. That why can be a powerful catalyst for changing your mindset about all things in your physical appearance. I would love to raise my daughter in a world where we strive for more authenticity, where we celebrate the unique physical qualities that define each of us as individuals, like those dimples, like those freckles, like those foreheads that are marked with creases from too many years of talking with a lot of expression, aka my forehead. I want to raise her in a world where true beauty emanates from within. I want to raise her in a world where we encourage a profound love for ourselves and those around us, and where our imperfections are valued as part of our humanity. The stark realities of life have also profoundly shaped my perspective on aging. I've witnessed family friends tragically lose their lives in battles with cancer. Their stories cut short before they even reached their 40th birthday. On social media, I see courageous mothers fighting against all odds to stay with their children for one more day. Their determination and love shining through as they attempt to leave this final lasting impression. These experiences are not showing people who care about those wrinkles. These experiences are not showing people who are concerned about how toned their arms are or are not. These experiences serve as poignant reminders that life is fragile, it is a precious gift, and it is not to be taken for granted. This perspective has allowed me to embrace my natural self. I'm finding contentment and fulfillment in my authenticity, and I am really appreciating the beauty of each passing year. Aside from the presence of gray hair and wrinkles, where does 40 find me at this stage of life? Well, it finds me absolutely determined to embrace my journey. There is a quote that life's thrill truly awakens when you embrace your journey with open arms. Embracing my journey with all of its twists and turns is becoming an empowering experience. Adult life for me started in a super simple apartment after college. I actually walked to work while Ben relied on the bus. Also, we could share a single car in an effort to save some money. When we upgraded to our first home, which was a few years into our life in Minnesota, it was a foreclosure, and it actually came with an unexpected visitor sleeping on the floor during one of our walkthroughs. There were joys like raising puppies and heartbreak when we lost them. Life has blessed us with shared boat ownership with dear friends. We've prioritized family trips that have created all of these cherished memories that will last us an entire lifetime. And my journey to 40 finds me the mom to a nearly 3-year-old. Ben and I celebrated 13 years of marriage before the prospect of parenthood entered our lives. I was content as a teacher, truly finding fulfillment in the presence of teenagers for 9 months out of the year. However, as my 40th birthday lingered on the horizon, a subtle little whisper of, what if, began to echo. And I am the type of person that absolutely refuses to live a life defined by hypotheticals. So, fueled by determination and courage, at 37, I embarked on the challenging journey of IVF, a path toward motherhood that perhaps I will share in another episode. But the journey was arduous, and on February 17th, 2020, our little embryo was transferred. And on March 16th, 2020, an ultrasound confirmed that we had a little one on board. Distinct challenges and unforeseen blessings marked my pregnancy journey amid the global pandemic. I vividly remember the moment when the news of the projected duration of the pandemic hit me hard. Huddled in Montana, I'm listening to a conversation that is detailing the possibility of this crisis lasting for at least 2 years. And the weight of this revelation crashed over me in absolute waves of panic. How could this be? Just as we're venturing into family planning, the world is plunging into a lockdown with no foreseeable end. Talk about really crappy timing, right? Suddenly, the responsibility of caring for someone other than myself hit me like this brick wall, and it became overwhelming, leaving me almost like momentarily stunned and incredulous at the reality that we were now facing. Yet, amid this turmoil, my maternal instincts kicked in, and I discovered a newfound and unwavering resolve, and I learned to regulate my emotions in order to create an environment of stability amidst the uncertainty. And the uncertainty of the times meant that Ben couldn't accompany me to any ultrasounds, but the situation did unexpectedly offer me a silver lining. It gave me the gift of extended time at home. And all of this newfound time also provided me constant support, constant rest, and it really nurtured my ability to prepare mentally and emotionally for the arrival of our little one. On November 3rd, I embraced the monumental role of motherhood. It was a moment that flooded my heart with the most profound joy. When they placed her next to my face, her cries ceased instantly upon hearing my voice. And it was this remarkable, instant connection, unlike anything I have ever experienced before in my life. Sometimes I wonder if I waited too long to have kids, or sometimes I wonder if I'm too old to do this whole parenthood thing right. I'll be 55 after all when she graduates high school, and potentially 59, 60 when she completes college if she chooses to go down that path. Yet, here I am again making the choice to embrace my journey, even if that includes advanced maternal age as defined by some people, and I'm attempting to choose it and embrace it with open arms. At 40, I'm the perfect mom for her. Not because I am perfect, but because she came into my life precisely when I was ready to embrace this role fully. Yes, being a mom to a young one in my 40s has its challenges, perhaps more so than it would have if I had been in my 20s. But It's a journey that I wouldn't trade for anything. Each day, I learn to navigate this chapter and cherish the unique bond of being her mother. Speaking of delving into the world of motherhood, I am now on the cusp of yet another profound transformation as I navigate the journey of becoming an entirely new person in my professional life. Every twist, every turn, every triumph and trial has uniquely shaped my path, and it has led me to this transformative moment in my life. I once had it all: my dream teaching job, dream colleagues, and an ideal set of classes to teach fresh out of college. Few can boast such a start. While perusing social media these days, I notice a scarcity of positive narratives surrounding the teaching profession. However, their stories, though I can relate to parts of it, are definitely not mine to tell. My foundation as a teacher provided me with a robust skill set, and it shaped the person that I am today. This side gig dealt me a new set of cards in the game of life, and those cards could not be ignored. Navigating the entrepreneurial landscape has been a profound lesson in humility for me. Each day, I am confronted with the vast expanse of what I don't know. Even though I thought I knew quite a bit about business, self-teaching has become a daily ritual. Days are marked by endless online resources, social media, and YouTube tutorials. Yet, despite this wealth of information, I find myself repeatedly slamming into walls, encountering huge moments of frustration that often lead to tears and a sense of overwhelming doubt. And you better believe imposter syndrome, which has been a familiar companion of mine, creeps in, and it casts all sorts of shadows of uncertainty over my chosen path. In a truly serendipitous moment, I stumbled upon Courtney Burton on Instagram. And Courtney Burton is a business coach tailored for mothers like me. At the time, I didn't fully understand her profession, but I sensed a connection through her online presence, and I decided to take a chance by inviting her for an interview on my podcast. She is a yes person, and through this, I uncovered the depth of her expertise prior to recording our episode, and what started as an interview became something more profound. I ended up finding a mentor and a guide who understood my journey intimately, as she had been in the exact same position herself. Folks, life, as I am learning, often presents its best outcomes wrapped in challenges. I'm going to say that again. Life, as I am learning, often presents its best outcomes wrapped in challenges. Reinventing oneself is undeniably challenging. And indeed, I am embracing many facets of reinvention right now. For example, I don't consider myself a runner, let alone a marathoner. Yet I conquered my first marathon at 39 and then another at 40 along the unforgiving paths of the Superior Hiking Trail in Minnesota. The trail's rugged terrain is marked by steep elevations, super challenging obstacles, and it definitely pushed me far beyond the boundaries that my younger self might have set. Jackie Joyner Kersee said, "Age should never serve as a barrier. It's a construct of the mind. It's a limitation we place upon ourselves." It is so tempting to choose the easy way out in the face of our limitations. It is so tempting to choose the easy way out when there's an aspect of ourselves that we're wanting to reinvent. It seems scary and hard, but genuine growth blossoms when we move ourselves past what we believe are our limits. The beauty of this age, for me, lies in the fearlessness to rewrite my story and embark on a new chapter with unyielding determination. My 40s so far are unearthing opportunities for transformation and proving that age is never a hindrance, but it is a catalyst for greatness. If you wandered to this point in the episode, thank you for listening to the Wander Mode podcast. Please leave a review and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Wander Mode Co.